Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. I am making a video real quick just to kind of talk about two reasons why I think that you should schedule an off season if you're a photographer or a small business owner, but I think especially for photographers and wedding photographers, especially, it ends up being something that I think could be super vital, and I want to share why. So this November through March, I took my first 5 month time off. And honestly, I don't think I've had really more than like a month or two off, maybe. I'm in my whole business, and this will be 9 years here, or I'm in my ninth year, but 10 years in August that I've been a wedding photographer. And this is the first year that I've taken that long of a time off, and I loved it. It was really helpful in the way that obviously we've been dealing with a lot through my dad's passing in October. And so the Lord definitely orchestrated me to have a time off so that I was able to just kind of be there for my mom and just different things that I needed to do in the season. But I also do believe that, it was also just something that I need to continue to do because it has been really life-giving. It's allowed me to kind of just step back and relax and really focus in on this time to be with my family and a lot of different reasons. But I wanted to share with you two different reasons why I think that you as a photographer, especially wedding photographers or anybody in business, why I think that you should probably figure out a time to schedule yourself a recurring and annual break at some points. One of those reasons is because it is no mystery to us, or maybe it is to you, that there's a lot of small businesses that don't last very long. So I think after the first year, it's 30% of businesses drop out. And then after the fifth year, I think it's like 80% of businesses stop because honestly, I think there's so many reasons people get into the business because they think that, they love the craft, but they don't realize that there is way more of a business side than there is the artist hobby kind of side to a business. So I think that is a huge reason. I also think that people just don't, I don't know, like they just don't have a passion for it after a while because it becomes a job, and it kind of always starts as a fun passion, but when it becomes a job, and yeah, same thing, the business part kind of steps in. There's a lot of different things that kind of get people burnt out. So the first one is just to avoid burnout. I think that you should always have time that you can step aside from your business to kind of even ask yourself the question, is this something I still want to do? But to avoid burnout, I do think that you need time to reflect back on your business, to hit the refresh button and see, maybe look back on the past year, see what worked, see what didn't work, see if your ideal client has changed, if it's someone that has worked into someone else, or, see if your clients are people that are really, giving you a passion to continue to work in the business that you're working in. I think that for me, that's one reason why I'm in it 9 years and I could see myself going another 10 to 20 years, because I love my ladies and my gents and the couples that I get to work with at the weddings. I think that they are the best humans ever, and I enjoy showing up to work. It doesn't even feel like work. And so I've been so adamant about making sure that I know exactly who my ideal client is and that I'm talking to her and them in all of my marketing and social media and right now. And I just think that it's something that, once you find your ideal client, when you go to work and you absolutely love who you're working for and love serving them, that's a pretty awesome thing to be able to do for 20 plus years. So to avoid burnout, I really think that you should schedule that time just to kind of be able to take off and reflect. I don't think it needs to be 5 months. I think that mine was extended. I think I'll continue to do this because thankfully I do feel like I'm able to, and I'm kind of starting to get into the education world. I want to be able to do my workshops and the different maybe like online courses and stuff that I'm kind of dreaming on in the background. Also, you can like not see my hands because they're blinded. So yeah, being able to kind of let yourself maybe have a month or two or something. I have a florist friend who she's talking about taking the winter off herself next year just because, first of all, winters in Indiana and the north are not great. But especially you just, again, at the end of the season, after you have a really busy summer, it's super nice to be able to be like, okay, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm coming towards my stopping point. I get to stop, and I don't have to stop just for a week and say, okay, now I got to rev myself back up. It's like I've landed the plane. It's in the hangar. I was going to say garage, but that's not right. It's in the hangar. I can stay in there for a while, and then I'm going to be able to like get myself ready to like take off again. So that's been really awesome. So the second reason that I think that every photographer, wedding photographer especially, should think about scheduling an off season is because once you give yourself time to take that off, you give your business time to breathe. And once your business has time to breathe, it has room to grow. I actually, this is a weird analogy, but I'm going to say it anyways. Being like an athlete, when you're in volleyball and stuff, whenever we would be stretching, we would stretch our hamstrings, and we had this one stretch that you like would bring your leg back. You'd be laying on the ground and bring your leg back, but we'd like have to take, we'd do it for however many minutes because we'd have to take a big deep breath so that our leg could go further, and then we'd take another deep breath and it leg would go further back. And honestly, as weird of an analogy this is, it just reminds me of how much breath into our lungs helps us to expand further. And it makes me think of our business. I'm like, man, when you give yourself and your business time to actually exhale and breathe, it allows your business to go further. And I really believe that those moments where I've allowed myself to like step aside so that I can dive into education or dream or evaluate the last years and see where I need to continue to scale back so that I can grow, make sure that I'm only doing engagement sessions on one night so that the other nights are completely mentally devoted to, or not nights, but like the days are completely mentally devoted to being able to focus on where my business can grow. I do think that those are absolutely times that my business has grown. So yeah, number two, I really think that if you give yourself a month or two or whatever, and you like devote that time to obviously spending, some really good concentrated time with family and friends and all that kind of stuff, to different ministries and that kind of stuff. I do think it also is a time to allow your business to actually like exhale and just be like, okay, I'm done for right now. I can breathe a little bit. I'm going to dream and I'm going to see like my business grow. And I know that for me, seeing this time, November through March, that I've been able to take, I am so thankful. And every time that I've ever done anything like this, like scaled back or switched it to, shooting engagement sessions one day or Sunday nights, only having not shooting on Sundays at all and that kind of stuff, I have never went back. I've never reverted back to, oh, that wasn't a good idea. I shouldn't have done that. And you know what? Every single time my business has only grown. I've never retracted and went back to a lesser profit or whatever that looks like. And I'm like, okay, this has to be working. It has to be, something has to be going right for my business to be able to have that time to breathe and for me to be able to reflect and expand and just continue to, allow your business to kind of have that oxygen let into it so that it can thrive and grow. So just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope it was helpful. I know these are super simple and concepts or whatever, but I do feel like it's, I always get encouraged when other people say stuff like that, like protect your calendar, schedule off season, all this stuff. Cause I think all we hear is, guns a-blazing, bootstrap, like do all the things. But I think that in that we can lose our passion, our motivation, and we can really end up hating something that we were getting in because we loved. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'm hoping to see you around here more. So make sure to tune in. I don't know. Bye.